Hello, today I'll be reviewing another Rush album. I figured I've reviewed their other 80s albums, so I figured might as well go ahead and finish things up with their 80s work with the album Presto. So yeah, this is the album I'll be reviewing today, and this sees the band return to a more guitar-driven sound. For a while, of course, in the 80s they were going for a more synthy direction, and eventually they returned to the more guitar-oriented sound with this album. But also, you do get a different producer, Rupert Hine, and this album, I'll be honest, it's one of my least favorites from the band, but it does have its moments, though, and we'll get into those. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the album. The album starts off with Show Don't Tell, which is probably my favorite song on the album. All around a pretty catchy song. You get some interesting drum patterns, such as around the 15-20 seconds mark towards the beginning of the song. And I like the main riff too. One of the more hookier songs, I'd say, on the album, and overall a pretty strong way to start off the album. But next we have Chain Lightning, and I think this song is kind of underrated. Definitely another favorite of mine on the album, and a bit more upbeat. Definitely has its share of catchiness to it, and yeah, sure, maybe not one of the best songs, but on this album it's definitely one of the highlights, I'd say. But next we have the song The Pass, and this is one of the fan favorites off the album, and you can definitely tell as you're listening to it this is a bit of a more serious song. If I remember correctly, this song was inspired by a bike ride that Neil had with a friend, and that friend was talking about or discussing juvenile suicide or something in that nature, and basically that time really inspired Pert to write this song. And yeah, musically, again, you can tell that it's a bit more serious, kind of dark, you could say, especially fitting with the production, because the production kind of gives this album a bit of a dark atmosphere at times, and this song being one of those examples. And yeah, I think this is definitely another highlight on the album, and I'm sure the band agrees too, because I know the band really likes this song, or it's to them one of the best songs on the album, maybe. But yeah, I have seen some love with this song when it comes to people discussing this album. But yeah, overall, pretty solid song, I'd say, and not a bad choice for a single too, and probably maybe one of the best vocal performances from Geddy on the album, I'd say. But next we have Warpaint, a fairly guitar-driven track, and of the second half of the of the first half of the album, this is probably my least favorite, but it's okay. I'd say the Alex Lifeson's riffs probably take the spotlight here in this song, and there are some interesting guitar moments here and there, but overall, not one of the more impressive songs on the album for me, but again, not bad. But next we have Scars, and this is probably one of the more unique songs on the album, I'd say, especially with some of the guitar choices. I like the light guitar, and if I remember correctly, this song lyrically has to do with soldiers or the military. I could be wrong about that, but I heard about that somewhere. But either way, probably another highlight on the album for me. Not a song that I think to return to very often, but it's a song that I would be willing to return to more, because it was interesting to listen to this song again, because it has been a while. And yeah, kind of like with The Pass, probably another highlight on the album for me, and definitely unique. But next we have the title track, Presto. Now, for a while, this was one of my favorites on the album. Nowadays, if I were to rank the songs, it'd maybe be more closer to the middle. I mean, it's an alright song. I do like the acoustic guitar, and the chorus is catchy, but the song all around, I wouldn't say that I enjoyed as much as back when I was getting into Rush. But either way, still a pretty cool song, though. But next we have the song Superconductor, one of the more hooky songs on the album, and this song lyrically deals with the superficiality of mainstream music. Pretty interesting topic, and all around a pretty catchy song, and probably one of the catchy songs on the album overall. But next we have Anagram for Mongo. I'm gonna be honest, this is probably maybe one of my least favorites on the album. I wouldn't put it dead last if I were to rank the songs, but it would be more closer to the bottom, because the song has never really done a whole lot for me. I mean, I think it's okay, but it's never been a song that's really stood out to me all that much. And honestly, same with the rest of the album. The last three tracks, Red Tide, Hand Over Fist, and Available Light. But with Red Tide, the song lyrically deals with climate change, and there's not much to say about it. Not much to say for this song for me personally. I just kind of like with the previous song, it just doesn't leave much of a lasting impression on me. And same with Hand Over Fist. If I remember correctly, I believe this song was originally supposed to be an instrumental. I could be wrong about that. It was one of the last two songs, but I'm pretty sure it was Hand Over Fist. But lyrically, interesting concept, but all around, the song has never been done a whole lot for me. But it's okay, though. And same with the next song, or the album closer, Available Light. Available Light probably being one of the more heavier songs, especially of the second half, and musically, especially with the guitar, the song does have its moments. You get some drumming moments that hit pretty hard, but all around, not the most impressive album closer from the band, to be honest, but not bad though, and I'm sure I probably said that a lot so far with this review, but anyways, those are my thoughts on the songs. If I had to rate this album, I mean, Rush has never released a bad album, and this is certainly not a bad album either, but this is one of the 2 or 3 albums in their discography where I'd have a rating lower than an 8, so I'd probably go with at least a 7.5 or a 7.75. I do, again, think it is one of their weaker albums, but again, it does have its moments, especially in the first half with the first 3 songs, Show Don't Tell, Chain Lightning, and The Pass. Scars being another highlight on the album for me, especially with how unique it is and some of the guitar choices. But yeah, again, probably going to have to go with either a 7.5 or a 7.75 for now. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the album. How does it compare to their previous work and their later work for you personally? And let me know some of your favorite or least favorite songs on the album and all the good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Comment and like, subscribe. Have a nice day, and take care.